In a certain factory, hours worked by each employee in excess of 40 hours per week are overtime. So in excess of 40, the time is overtime and are paid 1.5 times the employee regular hourly wage, right? If an employee worked for the total of 42 hours last week, so these 42 hours has to be divided into two parts, 40 hours and then 2 hours. So this is overtime and this is the regular time. And if the pay is here x, then the pay in the overtime is 1.5x. How much was the employee's gross pay for the hours worked last week? So we can calculate using this that gross pay has to be equal to 40 multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by 1.5x, which equals to 43x. So all we have to find out to answer this question is the value of x. Now let's start reading the first statement. The first statement says the employee's gross pay for the overtime hours worked last week was $30. That means 2 hours was worked overtime multiplied by 1.5x, which becomes 3x, is equal to $30 given. That means x is equal to 10, which means 43x becomes $430. So the first statement has given us the answer of the question that we wanted, hence it is sufficient, and the three choices can be eliminated, B, C and E. We are left with only two options, which are option A and D. The employee's gross pay, the second statement, the employee's gross pay for all hours worked last week was $30 more than for the previous. Alright, let's read this once again. The employee's gross pay for all hours worked last week was $30 more than for the previous week. And does the question mention that he worked previous week the 40 hours in a certain factory? Hours worked by each employee in excess of 40 hours are overtime and are paid this much. If an employee worked a total of 42 hours last week, how much was the employee's gross pay for the hours worked? Now the question says that last week's gross pay is equal to $30 more than the previous week. But since we do not have any data of the previous week, therefore we cannot reach to the conclusion of the gross pay of the last week, and therefore the second statement is not sufficient to answer the question, because in the previous week he might have worked only 1 hour extra overtime, so 1 hour price will become $30, or he might have worked 0 hours, so 2 hours overtime price would become equal to $30. So we can't say, therefore it's not sufficient, and the answer of the question becomes option A, which means the first statement alone is sufficient but the second alone is not sufficient. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, then please subscribe to the YouTube channel.